Hey there, you filthy animals. Mr. Dirty back with another episode of the GTM show, and today, Cuisine back on the show, this time with their marketplace line from the frozen food department, and we're going to be looking at the mushroom Mezzaluna Ravioli. So check that out. That's the package you're looking for if you're looking for this in stores. And yeah, their image there on the front. Yeah, that looks really good. Alright, they're describing this as ravioli filled with portobello and cremini mushrooms and ricotta cheese and a... Wait a minute. We got portobello and cremini mushrooms and ricotta cheese. There's like a lot of ands going on here. These people haven't heard of commas. Anyhow, ricotta cheese and a creamy marsala wine sauce. We just saw that with some chicken with spinach and red peppers. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. Red peppers, if I'm doing peppers, I'd prefer red peppers over green peppers, so that's always a plus. And they're telling us no artificial flavors on the front. On the back, our prep is to leave the film on the product and cook it in the microwave on high for 2.5 minutes. I guess we stir it up, recover, and then we cook again for 2 minutes on high, and then let it stand for a minute and enjoy. Let's crack it open to see if we can take a peek at this. We got clear cellophane or something across the top before we go slinging it into the box. Okay, they're telling us microwave only, no oven, no convection oven, no toaster oven, nothing like that. Alright, and you can kind of see what's going on there. You know, if you can look beyond the printing on the packaging there, you can see our nice Mezzaluna raviolis and a lot of fresh frozen veggies going on. Yeah, I'm impressed already. Alright, this is clocking in at 290 calories for anybody that gives a shit. Alright, so let me go nuke this up. We're going to come back and check out our Lean Cuisine Marketplace Mushroom Mezzaluna Ravioli. Stick around. Alright guys, we're back. We got our junk out of the microwave. We have let it stand for, probably been like 2 minutes now. They said let it stand for 1 minute, but it's been like 2 minutes. So, yeah, time to take the plastic wrap off of this, and we can take a peek. I don't know, do I dare tilt this for the camera so you can see? We'll give it a quick try. So, that's what you get right out of the microwave. You can look across the surface there. Yeah, it is starting to creep out. So yeah, such a bad idea. I should have tilted the camera down, but it is what it is now. There you go. I'm going to give it a quick stir because it looks nothing like this at all right now. I just don't see it ever looking like that, to be honest with you. It did, you know, before I stirred it up, I had to stop it like 2.5 minutes and give it a stir, and then recover it and cook it for another 2 minutes. At that point, it looked like this. Now, not so much. But our marsala sauce is starting to look more like a marsala sauce. Or, you know, on here it's very white. And down here it's got more of like the mushroom color. I'm a little surprised on this one that they didn't go with any like slices of mushrooms. That they just used stuffed ravioli with the mushroom. But anyhow, yeah, I've given it a mix and it still looks exactly like it did. It's never going to look like this. Regardless, it has a very rich aroma. I'll give it that. You can even smell the spinach. That's very fresh. You know, we saw it before it went in, and even at the halfway mark, the top was just covered in like little frozen leaf spinach. It didn't even have a chance to get down into the marsala sauce, you know, and become like what you would normally see in most dishes. It was still leaf. Right, I'm going to cut one of these puppies in half right here. Make sure I got like a good portion of the spinach and the peppers on there. This thing's all diligently coated in the sauce. Here we go, down the hatch. Alright, the pasta is cooked perfectly. You know, it hasn't even gone to like that slimy mushy part, overcooked or anything like that. It's not undercooked. I say that's perfect. They could have stuffed these raviolis a little bit more though. You start wondering if it's only just like pasta. Then when you do get a little bit of the texture of the mushroom, you don't know that it's mushroom. It just could be like cheap cheese. Let me hit up the other half real quick. Now the sauce is a nice creamy consistency. It's not watery, it's not goopy or syrupy. It's just nice and thick. The flavor of the red peppers really stands out. Those are extremely fresh. And like if you know peppers, you know there's nothing like a green pepper. And last but not least, the spinach that used to be like crunchy leaves. Now it's worked its way down, become soggy into the sauce. It still retained all of its flavor. All this comes together real nice. I'm glad they didn't go including the marsala into the title of this, because it is what it is. It's like more of a mushroom sauce. You know, some have like a vinegary or like a wine flavor. Now, this one's found like the right in between, like I say, without losing the consistency. So So yeah, this is pretty good. I can't see this being like a flavor that I would run to all the time. But yeah, this is like pretty good, and the portion here I think is like on point. It's like good for say like a half-hour lunch break, a snack, something like that, a quick meal. I wouldn't say that this would be like an excellent dinner. You know, you probably want to step it up for dinner, but I would say like half-hour lunch, something like that. That's what this is good for. So as I'm barreling through the frozen food department, you know, there's regular grocery shopping, just picking out stuff like for like lunch or whatever for the week. If I saw this on sale, I'd probably pick it up again with like a variety of other things. So I'd give this a solid 4 out of 5. Alright, so there you have it. Lean Cuisine Marketplace Mushroom Mezzaluna Ravioli. Give it a go. I'm Mr. Darius, the GTM Show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. As always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.